Hey everybody, Carl here. Welcome back to Trails in the Sky. What are we doing on the main menu? Well, in the last episode, we finished up Chapter 1, so it's time to dive straight into Chapter 2, as we are boarding an airship. And we are going to meet a familiar character who has been given a new voice. And that's about the gist of the Sky Bandit incident that occurred in northern Liberl. And to think that the bankrupt Kapua family drifted all the way down here. You might be contacted by Liberl regarding the incident, so deal with it as you see fit. Yeah, it turns out I wasn't able to meet him in the end. Seems like something else must have come up. Also, the connection with the Sky Bandit incident is still unknown, but it's clear that another power is at work here. Alright, we're aboard an airship, but who's doing this? It's Olivier having a secret phone call? No, it's not like that at all. I've also become acquainted with an interesting bunch. The food's great, and there are babes everywhere. This is unquestionably my kind of country. Maybe I'll just take up permanent residence here while I'm at it. Alright. There's no need to throw a fit. Anyway, see what else you can find out. Just don't get caught looking into things by the Chancellor. I'll contact you again, my dear friends. I love messing with that guy. He's just so stuffy and uptight that I can't help myself. A portable phone, huh? Well, aren't you carrying around quite the nifty gadget? Busted! Sora. Yeah, Olivier got a new voice just so that these guys are easier to distinguish from each other. And the fact that you're carrying around an orbment that even the Psy Central Factory couldn't create. Well, how about you tell me who you really are? Oh, come on, Sora. Don't treat me like I'm some kind of stranger. I'm Olivier Lenheim, the wandering bard and gifted musician you've come to adore. But if you'd like to get to know me better, I'm sure we could arrange something. A little pillow talk, perhaps. How about we skip the foreplay and go straight to the climax? Oh, excuse me? Your cheap antics don't fool me, Olivier. Or should I call you Mr. Erebonian Operative? Huh. It looks like the title Silver Streak isn't just for show. So I guess you were pretending that you didn't notice in front of Estelle and Joshua, huh? I don't want to worry those two any more than they already are. So back to the subject at hand. Why don't you start talking? Who are you? What are you doing in Liberl? Before that, I'm gonna have to correct you on 2 points. First off, these cheap antics, as you call them, are totally natural. I'm not play acting or anything. That's just who I am. Oh, I'm sure. So do you mean to tell me that you drink that wine without paying just because you felt like it? And after that, being taken to the Haken gate so you could gather information, was that all a part of the plan? And you even set yourself up to run into us? I don't think so. I'll leave that part up to your imagination. The other thing I must correct you on is that this device is not an orbment. It is an artifact which was unearthed in the Empire. It can piggyback off any orbital communication system, and its transmissions can be encrypted, so there's no worry about them being intercepted. It comes in handy for a busy man such as myself. An artifact? Like one of the sacred relics the Septian Church has stewardship over? Now I'm all the more curious to know what you're after. Oh no, Sora. You should never try to pry into the secrets of a mysterious beauty all at once. How would you like to get to know a real woman? I'd be more than willing to show you with my whip. Sora, I don't see any humor in those eyes. Well, jokes aside, You really should have just been straightforward from the beginning. As you already figured out, my position is like that of an operative in the Empire. But I have no intention of sabotaging anything or stealing classified information. I merely came here to meet a certain someone. A certain someone? Yes, someone you know all too well. The one lauded as the supreme swordsman and master strategist by the Royal Army. The bracer with a special title belonging to but 4 people throughout the whole of the entire continent. The divine blade, Cassius Bright, is the one I seek. Well, so are we, buddy. Where is Cassius anyway? It's time for Chapter 2, Madrigal of the White Magnolia. What a name, huh? What can it mean? Well, we're back in Bose with Estelle and Joshua. Let's see, if we're gonna travel around the entire kingdom, then our next destination is the Ruan region. I wonder which route we should take to get there. How about that? So you're really not planning on using an airliner? I think it's gonna be quite the detour if we head there on foot. You remember what Shara said, right? We need to walk and actually see the places we protect first. Or was it Dad who said that? Well, I guess since we have some time on our hands, it wouldn't be a bad thing to head there on foot. We could save the money it would cost to use an airliner. Great idea! We can use the money we saved to go shopping at the Bose markets. After all, we didn't have the time to spend shopping around leisurely during the whole Sky Bandit mess. And then we could leave after that. So, what do you think? I don't care either way, but try not to waste too much money. Just so you know, in order to enter the Ruan region, we need to go through the Krone Pass to the west. Once you're done shopping, let's leave through the west gate. Okay, the west gate, right? Yeah, they're sending me shopping? How can I resist? There is something you definitely want to get here, even if you're not in a talky mood. I believe we can go and talk to Minuet. The goods that customers need often change with the times. I need to figure out what those needs are and get those goods in stock. Speaking of goods in stock, Liberl News Issue 4. Skyband is arrested. Missing Linda case solved. A first-hand account of the foray. Oh, well, I simply must know what happened. How else will I know? So, again, really important to be picking up Liberl News whenever there's a fresh issue coming out. Here we go. Featured story. Case closed. Criminals caught. All hostages safely secured. The Royal Army reports that the military's intelligence division successfully located the Sky Bandits' hideout in the mountains of Bose. The criminals were apprehended, and all hostages were set free. So they did that by themselves, did they? Alright, no bracer involvement? Cool. See how it is. Linda found in abandoned mine. Mere days prior to the Kapua's capture, the Linda was found in an abandoned mine north of Ravennue village. Its cargo had been looted, and its passengers and crew were still missing. But this was the break the investigators needed to crack the case wide open. And shortly thereafter, that's exactly what they did. Great success for New Intelligence Division. The monumental task of clue analysis and deduction fell upon the Royal Intelligence Division, newly founded by a young man named Colonel Alan Richard. While the Border Patrol tracked the criminals, a team of intelligence officials led by one General Morgan fed them information and analyses, and it was this coordinated effort that ultimately led to a successful rescue. But we also know that there was possibly a mole in the army, and it seemed like they found it in a rather precise timing, so, you know, it's just, there's something going on there. Historic arrest witnessed by media. "Put your hands in the air!" came the cry. With that, the Royal Army blockaded the Kapuas before they could escape, and it was all over. Don Kapua's blank, disbelieving stare said it all. Bracers also play a crucial role. Thank you. Intelligence and Border Patrol alone can't take all the credit for this successful rescue, as a handful of bracers played a fairly significant role too, modestly dodging the limelight in the process. Several hours prior to the army's raid, these bracers infiltrated the Sky Bandits' hideout through decidedly non-standard means and waged a small war against them from within, keeping them off their guard. In the end, it seems the bracers and the Royal Army really did work together, albeit by accident. Ringleader taken to Leisten Fortress. Don Kapua, the ringleader of this crime family, has been transported to the Leisten Fortress, where he will be thoroughly interrogated. The Kapua's Imperial-made light aircraft, Bobcat, has been impounded as evidence, and the case is expected to be an open and shut one. Families relieved that hostages are safe. Friends and families of the hostages finally have a reason to smile again, now that they know their loved ones are safe. Bose's Mayor Maybell is overjoyed as well. "This is the result we all prayed for," she says, "and we owe an immeasurable debt of thanks to all those involved in resolving this incident without casualty." We at Liberl News also wish to send our gratitude to General Morgan, along with all his men and women of the Intelligence Division, for working around the clock to track down the whereabouts of the hostages and their captors. Everyone else involved deserves commendation as well, so let's be sure that when they return to their homes, they receive a true hero's welcome. Society. Duke Dunan von Ausles to visit Rouen. Our sources says that Her Majesty's nephew is planning a vacation to Rouen, though the exact times and locations remain undisclosed. Society. Imperial citizen dines and dashes. The upscale Anteros restaurant in Bose's North Block suffered a loss this week when an Imperial traveler / would-be musician bilked on his rather hefty bill. The man was arrested on the spot and imprisoned at the Haken gate. A bit severe, but it sends a powerful message. Indeed. Okay, so that's one of the important things to do before we leave Rouen. Secondly, we need to consider our quests right now. If we look at the notice board here in the guilds, you can see that we still have the stolen ring quest, and we did find the jeweled ring at the hideout. So we should immediately go and deliver said ring in the South Block to Lana, the wife of Paul and the mother of Elk. "Excuse me, you're Lana, right?" "Yes, that's right. Is there something I can help you with?" "Actually, we found a ring that looks something like the one mentioned in the job request at the guilds. If we could, we'd like to have you take a look at it." "Really? Truly?" Handed over jeweled ring. "Oh, who would have ever thought this would have come back to me like this?" "So there's no doubt that this is the ring that was stolen?" "No, this is the one that was stolen, all right. It was a memento from my mother. I would know it anywhere." "I see. It must be really important to you then, right?" "I'd almost believe that I would never see it again. I don't know how I can ever repay you for finding this." "Tee, I'm just glad we could help. So I guess our work here is done, unless there's something else?" "No, that's all, and once again, thank you for finding this for me." "Well then, if that's all, we'll leave you to your business. Have a nice day." Quest stolen ring completed. Nice. I'm so grateful to all of you. With the Sky Bandits behind bars, it looks like I can finally get back to my life. "How are you, Elk?" "My mom looks like she's happier now. I'm glad." "Aw, did you have dialogue before I gave the ring? I will never know now." Such sadness. Immeasurable. Now, let's not forget that we found something. Where does it show up? Here it is. We found a black notebook. A notebook found inside a vacuum in the Sky Bandits hideout. Nonsensical rows of numbers are written inside. We've also gotten the feeling, because we talked to every NPC, that something shady was going on at the Orbment store, right? Something was not adding up there. And we also know that Nigel was looking like a bit of a bad egg, you might say. Now, we didn't stop by the quartz store yet, but I have it on good authority that if we travel up the Eisen Road to the Haken Gate, we might meet someone familiar, and this black notebook might help incriminate them. And that just seems like a proper end to that story and a very missable quest. So, here at the Erebonian border, back at the Haken Gate. Ah yes, I can just walk in now. I have that power. Let's start by checking out the place. With the Sky Bandits captured, I can finally get back to my regular work. Wait a minute, what am I thinking? This is the border with the Erebonian Empire. I can't think about relaxing my guard in a place like this. That's right. You just keep inspecting that jam over there. Make sure it's up to codes. Even if these Sky Bandits are caught, it doesn't mean that we're gonna get a day to rest. I'm just dragging my feet from all this lack of sleep. Man, am I tired. I'm sorry, dude. Hey, General Morgan, my man. The Sky Bandits were transported to Leisten Fortress in the Sice region. I'm sure they're going to be interrogated about a number of things. Good to know where they are.
Oh, it's Cassius's kids again. Why are you here? We have nothing further to talk about. I'm busy dealing with paperwork and other reports after the incident.
Alright. Man, leave him Bose. Not having to put up with my Bose accent. It's gonna be good. It's beautiful weather here today, isn't it? It's a very clear view of the Empire's territory. I can shoot an Imperial from here. I'm glad. I added that last part. We haven't seen a border garrison force this size since the 100 Days War. I just hope the Empire doesn't mistake it for an extensive military operation. We're fine. What's the Empire gonna do? But now we know. Olivier, definitely an Imperial operative. No matter how I look at him, that guy locked up seems like a bad guy. Yeah, if we can't find any evidence against him soon, he's gonna be let free. Although there's something that I disagree with about that policy. Oh no.
Hey, where did the mirror disappear to that was listed in this black book? It would be in your best interest to start talking now, because it's only a matter of time until we find some evidence against you. How many times have I told you to show me some proof of wrongdoing? If I'm suspected of something, then prove it. But you can't, can you? Heh.
What's the matter? Huh? Oh, actually, this man is being held on suspicion of scheming to take over a factory that didn't belong to him. The only bad news is we haven't been able to find any decisive evidence linking him to a crime. We can only detain him for so long, and after that we're gonna have to release him. So you're looking for some material evidence, are you? Hey Estelle. Do you remember that black book we found in the Sky Bandits' hideout? Black book? Oh yeah, that one! You mean the one that was hidden inside the vacuum cleaner, right?
A book inside a vacuum cleaner?
Would you mind letting me take a look at it? Nope, we don't mind at all. Here you are. Handed over black notebook.
Huh. Aha! This is what I was looking for.
Excuse me?
This. There is no doubt about it. This is his secret account ledger for the factory. Hey, Nigel! Take a look at this. Look familiar? This can't be happening. I was taken along with my vacuum by the burglars.
Oh, you're in trouble now. Thank you, this has been a great help. Any bracer who can do work like this is a good bracer in my opinion. With this notebook, we should easily be able to establish his guilt. I'll make sure we send you an official payment through the Bracer Guild sometime in the near future. Once again, I appreciate your help. Quest Black Notebook completed. Very easy to miss, but there we go. I think it's safe to say this is the end of Nigel's backdoor schemes. I think it's about time I made arrangements to send him off to Leisten Fortress. Well, serves him right for saying gwahaha, like he's clearly not a good guy.
The devil made me do it. I swear it was like a sudden impulse. Yeah, that's right, a sudden impulse. I won't do anything bad again. I'm begging you, please forgive me. I'm faint-hearted and frail to begin with. If you put me in prison, I'll get sick and die.
Well, maybe that's for the best.
And how to explain this black book and its secret accounts? Go ahead and think about it, and then try to explain your way out of this one. I've got plenty of time to listen to you make up excuses and try to worm your way out of being locked up here for good.
You smell that? That's justice on the winds.
Huh? Aren't you those bracers? Do you have some business with the general? Whew. Can't believe my first mission was to storm the Sky Bandits' hideouts. Hold on, I thought that name was familiar. This is Carlos! The guy who was loitering around here in civilian clothing? When you live your life as spontaneously as I do, you can experience a lot of things. That's so cool. Welcome to the Haken Gate. With the Sky Bandits in custody, our red alert status will be changed. Bum 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 bum. How are things at the bar, though? Seems like those Sky Bandit criminals have finally been caught, and now I'm sure those soldiers in the border garrison can finally take a break. That's good for business, no? The other day, some soldiers arrested a man who cried the whole way to his cell. From what I heard, he seems to have been involved in some sort of fraudulent scheme. Ah, yes, indeed. Okay. Good all around. Well, that's the Haken Gate for ya. All checked out. Whoa, back in Bose. Man, someone's doing their job during editing. Let's go to the Bracer Guild because... the stolen ring is complete. We also currently have 111 bracer points, I believe. Let me check here. Yes, and 111 is the maximum amount you can have when you finished chapter 1. If we take a very brief look at achievements so far, because it's kind of fun, we got quite a few recipes here. Complete all requests from the Bracer Guilds. We're doing well in that regard. In justice, we trust. Yeah. 36 chests so far. Very nice. 4 issues of this and this. All is going according to plan, everybody. Be excited. Let's hand these in. Stolen ring. Black notebook. 5th class. Good work. I'll miss you, Lugron. You were chilled. Annalise! Are you leaving so soon? That's too bad. I was hoping we could work together. Well, good luck with whatever lies ahead. And remember, never give up. Could I have met you on the site? Kurt! Sting. Why did I think his name was Kurt? There's another man named Kurt. I got confused. Aren't you guys the junior bracers who were working with Sherazard? We are indeed. Has Annalise always been up here? Oh my. These games are just dripping with content, man. Okay. Those are all the essentials before we leave Bose. So technically we could leave, but that also means we don't get to say goodbye. This is the last time we're gonna see Bose in this game. So I want to have a round where I go around saying goodbye to everyone. And if you don't care about that, there are timestamps down below so you can skip. But let's go to the least interesting place in this entire city, the international ports. Well, it looks like the Sky Bandits have been arrested, and the missing crew and passengers are back safe and sound. And according to the receptionist, flights on the Cecilia will resume soon. I've been waiting to get a flight for I don't know how long. Yeah, quite a few episodes. That's great that the criminals were caught and all, but it was after the incident happened. There are several customers that are now worried because of it. I think it's about time we took on another look at the safety of our airliners. Oh boy. So this was like the incident, huh? To like up security around air flight.
After an incident like this one, it makes me a lot more conscious of the maintenance work I do. The Overship Corporation is gonna have to work hard to win back its customers' trust now that this has happened.
Ah, yes. You finally got your shots, didn't you? I don't remember your name, though. Alden. I've finally been able to take the photo of the Linda I've been after. Now to get it developed ASAP. I'm so glad for you. You've had such a journey. The character development, huge. Let's go find Norm.
International flights bound for the Empire still on hold. Hope they'll resume soon.
The Empire? We don't want anything to do. They're all weird over in the Empire. Then again, I only really got one dude to judge it on, so maybe that's not right of me. How are things at the Entourage, though? Man, it's gonna suck leaving both behind because that means I don't get this bop of music, but Ruan's got its own track, so.
Don't know if it's because the crime wave's been stopped or what, but man, do our customers seem happy lately. peace is the best for sure. Nothing beats it.
Ah, yeah. I think I'll vacation in the Erebonian Empire next. It's a fairly historic place with a lot of great sights to see after all. Admittedly though, it seems a frightening prospect when I think back to the events of 10 years ago. The airships are in service again, finally. Feel like I've done all I can in Bose. I'm thinking of return to the capital. Maybe we'll see you there, Marion.
At last, my very favorite wine has been delivered. I can't tell you how long I've been waiting for it.
Sometimes, like, when I read this, like, I just see a sentence and I just go for it before I read the whole thing. So sometimes my word comes out a little jumbled, and that's honestly just part of the charm. Welcome, welcome. Here for a good meal? If so, please let me show you to a table.
Another day, another failure of a business meeting. Just plain suck at making successful transactions.
But this can't be. You guys have been doing this for a whole chapter.
We've been discussing the effect this blockade will have on our local economy. I suspect the blockade will lift it soon enough, though, making it all a moot point. Keep your eyes on the prize, that's my motto. I seem to have got myself wrapped up in business discussions, though.
Well, that's what happens when you all talk and no walk. The soup today tastes different than usual. It's a bit rough, but the ingredients blend well to create a rather bold, interesting flavor. I like it. Did they get a new chef or something? Do you think Gwen is like helping out more in the kitchen? The wine I ordered finally arrived on the last airship. Our stock was beginning to dwindle to a most worrisome level. We were in danger of running out altogether. And that's why the old man got his wine. Not a grand Chardonnay, I hope. Now then.
Finally, we can stock up on ingredients fairly and honestly. Now I'll be able to work on those new menu items I've been dreaming up.
Gwen? Hey, listen to this. The head chef actually told me to make today's soup. Looks like all my late nights of practicing soup making are about to pay off. I'm so proud of you. You've gone through so much. Everybody watching, round of applause for Gwen. What she's gone through today, nothing short of a miracle. Every shop has finally got their wares in again. Now I can go shopping again as much as I like. With the airliners going. What's your name? Like Cigaro? No, you're not that guy. You're the people who ate at the restaurant and then wanted to get part-time jobs so you could keep eating at the restaurant. I really got a thing for the clothes being sold in the Bose market recently. Their designs are trendy and unique, but I wonder where the brand is from. The cake shop in the Bose market is said to be pretty good. I wonder if I should go and have a taste myself. Lucas! Now that the incident has been resolved, I can finally walk around town in high spirits for the first time in a while. I'm so happy that I just want to greet everyone I meet. Bose forever! Long live the mayor! Dude, I agree. Now, Jacob, was it?
Well, Krone Ridge is the biggest choke point between Bose and Rouen. It's a series of peaks with difficult terrain covered by bare rock. It's one place no one should set foot on without the proper equipment and preparations.
Alright, Harry and Mina. Can you guys redeem yourselves? How will your story end?
You know what, Mina?
What?
I'm gonna try real hard. Oh, you mean about your dream of being a merchant? Yeah, that of course. And if you got something to say, then spit it out already. Alright then. I hope that I can become the man you want me to become. I say. Well then, I'm looking forward to it. Great.
Oh, you're so cute! I can't!
Alright then, now I'm really gonna have to work hard.
You are.
No sense squashing his dream. Not yet, anyway.
Oh boy. I'm sensing hard times ahead for Harry. Bum 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 bum. Let's go to church. We need a bit of ADOs in our lives.
Although a lot has happened, the city seems to be returning to normal.
Well, I guess the fact that no one lost their spirit despite the numerous incidents is one of the strong points of the citizens of Bose. Are you sure you're not, like, during the winter time, you travel around the land, handing out presents to all the children?
Let's see, the cleaning and the laundry are done, and the materials for the discourse and preparations for the sacrament have been made. Alright, now what should I do about the next lesson for Sunday school? I feel as though I'm being slothful if I don't get this decided ahead of time.
Yeah, you'll burn in hell. I'll cast Hellgate on ya. Alright, I'll have a sip of water, and we'll find the next place to chat. Alright. Back here, where everybody's accent keeps changing.
Okay, let's get to work. Gotta get all this crap in order ASAP so I can kick back with a drink.
Sometimes I want to be a customer too, you know? Ah, yeah.
Just as I'd hoped, there really are reports in this land from people who claim to have seen an ancient dragon. Yes, oh, yes, my excitement is paramount. I must know why they no longer show themselves. I must know where they have gone, and I believe the time for answers is nigh. I must find the Dovahkiin. Dragonborn!
Ah, yeah. Dude, I'm happy for you, Lyndon.
They say the Skyband is responsible for all those burglaries. What's more, I heard they were arrested en masse by a Royal Army division led by General Morgan. Haven't had a story take my breath away like that for quite some time. Seriously, what a scoop.
Yeah. Handed on a platter to Mr. Nile. Now, I really want to stop at the quartz factory and see what's going on there, but first, hotel time. Hello, Barlow.
Placing importance on tradition as the years go on is a very difficult task. Or should I work to improve service which conforms to the needs of the customers instead of being bound by old traditions?
Well, that's the root of the issue here. How are you, Sarah? No, you're not Sarah. Sarah works for the mayor. You're like, not Lita, you're like Dita or something. Dina.
I can't believe how busy things are today.
Lita, Dina, it's just get new names. Dude, I hope, like, in my head canon, everybody walking around in Bose hears this soundtrack playing just from everywhere all at once. Everybody's just kind of going around singing. That's a fantasy I love.
I honestly couldn't be more grateful to you all than I am now. I just hope Mayor Maybell will consider putting down her work for a little while. Fortunately, she's the type who adds more onto her own plate whenever she finds she has a minute. That's what has me worried.
She's a relatable woman, then. How are you, Sarah?
Recently, Lila's been deciding the mayor's menu for her.
Let's see, it looks like I'm a little short on vegetables. I guess I'll have to make a quick trip to the market later. Ah, yeah, because now goods are coming in. The Skybound airline... Skybound? I guess every airliner is skybound. The airliners are back in the sky. How are things in here?
It looks like Ms. Maybell will finally be able to get a good night's rest. This is all thanks to you, so please allow me to express my sincere appreciation.
She gives me serious Sharon vibes from Trails of... We'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh, are you all going somewhere?
Yep, we're getting ready to leave.
We appreciate all your help.
Nonsense, I should be the one saying thank you. It would certainly be great if we had bracers like you and Bose all the time.
I think you're giving us a little too much credit.
There's no need to be modest, and I'd like you to let me thank you on behalf of the citizens of Bose. I'm really grateful to the two of you.
Mayor Maybell.
Well, I guess it wouldn't be right for me to keep you any longer. Estelle and Joshua, please be careful in your travels.
We will. You take care of yourself, Mayor Maybell, and don't work too hard either.
Lila just lectured me about the same thing. I'll try and be more careful.
I hope we meet again sometime, but for now it's farewell.
Indeed, it's farewell to Bose. Leaving the city behind. With that, we've checked out everything but the market. So, I did. One does not simply leave the Bose market without buying anything. That's a crime. I'm fairly sure they like string you up for that.
Man, what a letdown, I tell ya. The girl running a confectionery shop as a fiancé.
I told you several episodes ago, Gantz.
I'm disappointed to say the least, but as a fan, I'll still come to buy your stuff.
Alright, that's good. I'm sure in modern times people would give you a label, but I'm not gonna give you that kind of label. I think you're a great guy. My fiancé was taken hostage by the Sky Bandits has finally come back. Now he's decided to set up a store of his own. He seems to be a bit frustrated that this store got off the ground without him. He's as stubborn and competitive as ever. I guess that means I'm gonna be competing with him from now on, so I'll have to work harder. Oh, dude, I wanna go see him. Again, just look at this. It's great. What you're doing here with the shop, love the concept. We've talked to Minuet. What about Liberl?
I decided to work a part-time job here so I could earn money to buy books. Who could have thought I'd be working at the same store I've grown so accustomed to shopping at?
Dude, you come full circle. Your arc is complete. I just love the atmosphere of this market. No matter how mad my parents get, I just can't stop sneaking off to come here. It's not like there's anything to do at home after all. Yeah, no shopping at home. Is this the fiancé then? Finnell.
What kind of man would I be if I took over the store now after she's made it this successful? I guess I'm just gonna have to start my own business from the ground up.
Alright. I swear my husband never changes. He started this business so that we could live together in Bose. If he's got a reason why he backed out at the last minute, he should be clear about it. I agreed.
I wonder what my father's doing right now back in Ravennue village.
Well, maybe we'll stop by and find out.
Whoa, they've got some new and interesting wares in today. I see. So this is what an Eastern design looks like.
The, enthusiasts.
It appears that those evil cretins who were causing a ruckus here in Bose finally got what's coming to them. Now I can get back to my business without any worries.
Excellent. I wonder if I should splurge occasionally and buy something with steak. If we're gonna dine well tonight, then it'll be fun thinking about what to do for the side dishes too. Are you still going on about that, Carol? Dinner was 2 weeks ago. You need to let it go. Emmy, it's unfortunate that I can't buy a lot of perishable goods at the same time. If I could buy a lot of them when they're cheap, it'd certainly help out my home budget. Yeah.
I'm thinking about stocking fish from Rouen. They always have a reputation for bringing in the largest catch in the entire kingdom. As well as Seaport City will get you, I suppose.
What about your friend Buck?
So I heard the Sky Bandits were finally arrested. They sure caused us a lot of trouble.
But now the market's booming. And you, Liberl, I really hope you have bought what you needed to buy, that you're talking to people, and that you didn't waste your money on silly things like ice cream. Because only adults get to do that.
Now, what was I supposed to buy here? It was onions, carrots, and then, there was onion, carrots, and then, so I was supposed to get some kind of meat too? Was he a duck? Am I supposed to get a duck? Maybe I could remember better if I put the items I was supposed to get into a song. La la la, lucky ducky ducks in my belly.
Alright, well, I'll leave her to finish the rest of the lucky ducky ducks in her tummy. How are you, Paul?
With the airliners all stopped up, it's kinda hard to get any new clothes in stock. Well, on the flip side, these new original store brand clothes are selling better than I expected them to. I've got to succeed with this business to make a good living for my family.
Indeed. Alright, fairly sure that was most of the market checked out. Now, I'm super curious about the Orbital Factory. Aha! Hey, Marco.
I came here to make a deal, but it looks like the store manager has changed.
Well, I guess it's back to the drawing board. I wonder when I'll be able to bring back some good news to the Imperial City. Cornelius was your name.
Nigel's evil business practices were finally exposed. Now the store officially belongs to me. Though I have mixed feelings, I guess it's a learning experience for me as a merchant. Maybe I was too generous and trusting of everyone in my previous days as a merchant. Though I hate to say it, Nigel made me realize this.
You gotta learn from your mistakes. You gotta grow. You gotta just be better than you were yesterday. It looks like my boss is back. This is great. Now I can focus my attention on pursuing new skills without any worries. Look, we got everything in stock here. They're selling the latest in lamps. They got lamps. Dude, they got cameras. It's just bizarre. In some ways, we're playing a fantasy RPG, but they got vacuum cleaners, you know? Bum ba da dum bum bum bum. That's the science fantasy aspect for you.
It's like fantasy, but with vacuum cleaners.
Look at that. The man in the house is back.
I finally made it back to my lovely home. After being locked up in a dank and dirty cell, my home feels like paradise. It looks like Mirano picked up the slack while I was away, so it's time to get back to work.
My husband, who was abducted by sky bandits, came home safely. I am so relieved, and thankful to the goddess Adios for his safe return.
You should thank the goddess Estelle.
My bossy father made it back home in one piece. If I hadn't had to take care of his work, I could have been in Rouen by now.
Oh, please don't come to Rouen. I need some break from the Bosians, you know? Or, as you could call them, the Bosos.
Bum 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 bum.
Mr. Kawano, dude, it's always a pleasure talking with you. One last sentence from you.
Let's see, I wonder what I should go fishing for next.
And I messed it up.
All he's been doing for the last 20 years is fishing. I can't see how he doesn't get sick of it.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna give you marriage advice. I'm just one guy. I'm just one guy. What can I say? What can I say that you don't already know after 20 years of marriage with him?
It looks like Trino's come back safely. Now I can get back to business without any reservations. I know a Bose merchant shouldn't let trouble like this discourage them.
So those masked men were the rumored sky bandits, huh? I'm glad they were all arrested. Now I can get back to focusing on my work.
Indeed. What about you, Alvel? Have you finally told them you want to go to the Royal Academy?
At the Jenice Royal Academy in Rouen, there's a subject called Social Studies. In it, you focus exclusively on politics and economics. I'm sure even my dad would understand why I want to go there.
Dude, maybe I'll see you there. With that should be everything except for this shop right here. How are you?
The army returned my products, which were stolen by the Sky Bandits. Now I can finally settle down and get back to business as usual.
I'm so happy for you, dudes. I'm gonna sell the weapons of my companions since they've left, and so they won't be missing them. Let's sell a couple of armor vests too, why not? While we are at it. Nice, 39,000 Mira. Pretty good. We're gonna be doing a proper shopping round once we get to Rouen and we get some new stuff. For now, I want to go to this brain right here and then skip past. I really just want to go to Valleria Lakeshore. Just see the site one last time since we are leaving the region. We've definitely been skipping by like some dialogues this chapter. For instance, we could have repeatedly gone back to the checkpoint near Roland, but like, I have my limits. Even I have my limits, and the guards are probably the least interesting. But this though.
The weather is absolutely wonderful today. Tee-hee, it looks like the sheets will dry well too.
Why does everybody say tee-hee? Nobody says tee-hee in real life, do they? Estelle says it all the time, and I'm like, how do I, maybe it's a culture thing.
Oh, welcome everyone. We came here to fish again, we'll make yourselves at home.
We actually can't fish again. That time has passed. So sad. But we got the achievement, and that's all that matters. Don't do it because it's fun. Get it because you get a reward. Now, let's go upstairs to there. Are Elk and Annette still here vacationing? Lloyd's gone. I guess they must have gone on. Okay, Kingfisher Inn, quiet, peaceful. Let's then skip ahead to... There is one place I would like for us to go before we head on the Krone Trail. That's Ravennue Village. A peaceful, beautiful place. Let's go there right now.
Ah, the quiet village. Back again. At the Meal General Goods. How are ya? Right now, it looks like the orchard farmers are gathered at the village elder's house to talk. Something big's going down. Fresh milk, fresh eggs, sharp cheese, luscious orange, ripe apples. This is beautiful. I love it. So, if we take a look here at something that we can make, I'm curious, because we got apple ice cream, which needs maple sugar, fresh eggs, fresh milk, and ripe apples. You, my good sir, can get me several of these. I can get fresh milk, so I could buy 99 fresh milk for about 5,000 mira. I think that's a worthwhile investment. Some fresh eggs. I'll buy 95 fresh eggs for 1,000 mira. All good, all good. Then I am going to want some ripe apples for an apple ice cream for 2,000 mira. So you might say, Carl, those are a lot of ingredients. Yes, but apple ice cream is really freaking good. It is what you could call a mirror maker, similar to how the vegetable sandwich was. So if we want to get some extra cash, we just got to be on the lookout for maple sugar.
I think if Vince had been born into a merchant family, things would have been a real mess. For starters, he doesn't even like to study. I sure wish I were born in Bose. There are no orchards in Bose, so I wouldn't be stuck helping like this all the time.
You're a pretty useless kid, aren't you, Wince? Yes, you are. Wince with a W. That's really mean, Dark. Carl? Sorry. Alright, I'm confused. My identity is Dark on the other channel, so... Hey!
I'm glad I started this place with Lemon. Now I've got to work harder to make this place a success. I'm so proud of you, Apple. You've come so far. Resting here for just 40 mira a night, you're actually pretty reasonable. Now, Lemon, how are ya? Welcome, everyone. I've just finished making some fresh fruit juice. How about a glass? I don't know, dude. Apple ice cream. I can make my own. Fresh juice recipe not learned. A travesty. But I do have it in my backpack, so that's okay. This door is still locked. And who lives there shall remain a mystery for now. Alright, everyone's at the Elder's house. What's going on here? Hey, Elder.
Goodness, we can't seem to get anywhere with these talks.
Huh? I'm not saying that we should sacrifice the taste of the fruit in favor of shipping volume. I'm just saying that we should learn to make the same quality of fruit, but more effectively.
I want to grow delicious fruit in my own way. I can't agree with the use of machines.
Man, if those two could just learn to get along, I could head to Bose without any reservations. Yeah, and your family's having to deal without you. The village meeting is over. Things always end up like this whenever those two come face to face. Yeah, it's been brewing for a while now. I guess it's just how it's meant to be. Stop by. Pay our respects to Life, Abel, Nicole, Wilhelm, Irina, and Misha. May they all find rest with the goddess. With that, I think we only really got to stop by Figaro. Hey, Louis, how are you?
Those guys from the army are still standing guard outside the mine. Looks like they're investigating.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Now that we've got the saplings planted, we'll finally be able to take a break.
I'm just so glad for you. And down here, you're the only one left in the orchard. Come on, chickens. I know you got something for me. An egg. Anything. My husband, who's gone out to a meeting, is late getting home. I sure hope he can work things out with Gray. Yeah, I wouldn't bet on it, lady. Now then, how are you, Orange? Are you here to buy some fruits? If you're looking for my husband, he's over at the village elder's house. No, not in the market for that at the moment, but it was wonderful seeing Ravennue village again. Now then, onwards.
Okay, we are now on the Krone Trail. If you're a little disoriented, don't worry, let's pull out a map. As we can see, we are leaving Bose behind. We've gone up to the checkpoint here in Krone Pass before, but now we can go past towards the city of Ruan, where we got a couple of interesting places on the way. Some rather iconic ones. I'm really looking forward to this chapter. It has some places and some just wonderful atmosphere, some wonderful moments, some iconic sights, and I'm all about it. So let's get our butts right on over there as we leave through the Krone Pass, feeling fine, fresh, and ready for anything as the sun is setting. Man, we finally made it up here. Once we pass through this checkpoint, we're supposed to be in the Ruan region, right?
Yep, that's supposed to be what's on the other side. But unfortunately, it's almost sundown. Maybe we should ask them to let us stay here for the night.
I guess we could do that. But we also got the option to hurry down through the pass and rest at an inn at the foot of the mountain, right?
Crossing through the pass at night would be dangerous. With our field of vision limited, we would be on bad footing. There's also the possibility we could fall off a cliff if we were attacked by nocturnal monsters. I wouldn't recommend it.
You're right. I guess it could be pretty dangerous. Looks like all we can do is explain our situation to the soldiers at the checkpoints. Alright, I guess I can't go back then. Yeah, because the sun is setting and it would be dangerous to head back to the highway. So we should explain the situation to the soldiers. Got it! Alright. Just feels like a nice place to do a little savey save though. Alright. Well, this is unusual. We don't get many travelers at this hour. Did you get lost hiking along the trail? No, not exactly. We're bracers, just so you know. Estelle showed the soldier her junior bracer emblem. Wow, I'm surprised to see that someone your age is a bracer. So, are you here with work then?
No, actually we're what's that? Some sort of orbment-powered vehicle. No, actually we're traveling around the kingdom to become senior bracers.
And so we figured we'd travel on foot to get in some training instead of using an airliner.
Oh, you're gonna travel around the whole kingdom on foot? Maybe it has to do with being young, but kids are certainly fired up these days.
Tee, maybe that's a bit of an overstatement.
But I'm gonna have to tell you that trying to head down through the pass now would be suicide. Recently, we've had an untold number of monsters appearing in the area. It's quite peculiar, really. We've got a rest stop for travelers, so it'd be best to stay here for the night.
Sweet! Thanks a bunch!
This will really help us out a lot.
Don't mention it. Just talk to the chief warrant officer when you're ready to hit the sack. He's in the guard station straight ahead.
Dude, that sounds so good, and it sounds like such a natural and wonderful place for us to conclude an episode. So, everyone, we are just about ready to leave Bose behind, entering Ruan, entering Chapter 2. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up, so I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Carl, and this has been Trails to Completion.